Hello everybody and welcome. This is Not a Pro Gardener here, and today we're going to be in the raised beds. Gardening in the raised beds today. We are going to be transplanting our kale. We have two different kinds, lacinato and blue ridge kale. Next thing we're going to be putting in would be our collards. We're going to put 2 rows of those in, and each section of these hoops we're going to put our kale. Next section will be collards, and the next one down will be our lettuce, and we're going to show you what those are, and we're just going to kind of keep you along with how we put our plants in our raised beds. We cover cropped in here, we turned it in. It's hard to see, but the soil is a lot nicer than it was. It has plenty of nutrients because of that cover crop, has plenty of nitrogen in here, so we want to get these in as soon as possible. So we got our drip tape down already. All we got to do is get our transplant plugs out. We'll show you what varieties we have, and then we will just kind of show you what we do in here and see how it goes. We're gonna see how much food we can get to grow out of this raised bed. I'm very excited to have all these greens finally growing in the ground. So we can provide food for the family. In these hard times, best practice is to grow as much as you can and put up more. Grow as much as you can and put up more. That's our motto. Try to get as much production as we can out of the dirt that we have. So let's, I'll take you along and show you what we got. Alright, so these are the transplants. If I don't drop them on the ground. We're going to go ahead and get the collards put in first. Okie dokie. So, we'll get our collards put in first. So we got drip tape ran in this 14-foot bed. 2 lines of drip tape. We already put our cabbage on that side. Now, we're going to put these greens on this side. So, usually, if I'm going to plant greens, I want to plant something where I can get multiple harvests off this one plant. Collards, yes, I can do that. Now, the kale, yes, I can do that as well, because the varieties we picked do that. I don't know if they all do that, but the varieties that we picked specifically have this ability to be harvested quite a few times if you do it right and take care of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this transplant plug. They're a little dry, so we need to get them in there and get them watered in. We're going to go ahead and get these guys put in as close to that drip tape as you can. You want them to be able to have that ability to get that water as fast as they can. We're going to go ahead and put these last couple here on the other side, just to have them in here. Collards in a raised bed. These are the flash collards. Looking forward to trying these. Hope they turn out pretty good. Alright, like I stated before, in between these PVC, this hoops that I made, these will be the kale. Now, we have our lacinato kale, which you can do multiple harvests on. We're going to go ahead and get these put in right now. Usually, whenever the time comes, I'll do a video on it, but you're just going to crop around on most of the leaves and leave some left on the plant. That's how you do it. And on the other side of this row, we have some blue ridge kale, which is a frilly leaf kale. That will be going in on the other side of this drip tape line, adjacent to these. One right here. Grab one too many. That's okay though, they'll eat. Next, we're going to put these on the other side over here. The blue ridge kale. I'm really looking forward to making some kale chips this year in the air fryer. Hoping those turn out pretty good. But other than that, this stuff's pretty good with salads. This is a new style tray that I'm trying out. It's loaded with lettuce. These three here are romaine lettuce heads, mini romaine lettuce heads. And I got some Cherokee lettuce and some Paris Island romaine lettuce heads there. We're going to be squeezing some stuff in here pretty snug, but that's okay. I plan on succession planting these, seed starting these every couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks after. So we're going to see if this new tray works. The whole design of this tray, it's like an ice cube tray. You're supposed to be able to push this up and that plug comes up. And it looks like it works, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. That's pretty neat. I like that. So far this seed tray was a success. And this just the right amount of cells for me to do my lettuce transplants in them and then keep succession seed starting them in the greenhouse. So we're going to go ahead and get these put in. Let's go ahead and pop some of these up so we can got them all ready to go. And these are the truckus from Johnny's romaine lettuce head. They had a set of three different colors, and I got all three of them to be planted in this raised bed. So we're going to go ahead and get these guys in, which I'm very excited about. This is the Dragon romaine lettuce head. Very happy with this as well. I'm going to go ahead and get these put in. Next up is this Breen romaine lettuce head from Johnny's. Part of that set of 3 mini romaine lettuce heads that I was talking about, which I am looking forward to all these, really. I don't know who wouldn't. The most exciting part is putting these things in the ground, to me. Love to see them take off and start growing. And you can just walk out here, get your own groceries out of the backyard grocery store. Instead of having to run to town, just come out here and get it. All right, everybody. We finally got the other half of this bed planted, transplanted. All the lettuce, greens, kale, and then the collards. And on the back side, all along this whole bed, is our cabbage. Loving it. I cannot wait. We're going to go ahead and turn the drip system on, water these guys in. And glad we got these in for the rain tomorrow. All right. So we're finally getting stuff in the garden. Been looking forward to that for a long time. Leaving these seedlings in the tray, these transplants, too long becomes a problem after a while. So I'm glad I finally got all this stuff in the ground. Now I'm going to show you this other bed that we have and show you an update on that one. This is the other raised bed right across from the one we just planted. Got a drip system ran through here as well. So the celery, once it doubles in size, we're going to be blanching it. Now, blanching is whenever you cover the base of these stalks of celery. Of course, I got to thin these out a little bit, but you cover them with dirt. And you don't want to do it too early. I think they can get a little bit bigger, so I'm going to wait a little longer before I do it. But I planted them thick because I figured about half would survive, and they all survived, so I'm going to thin them out just a little bit whenever the time comes to blanch them, but you need to blanch them in order to get them white stalks at the bottom. And once you do that, it's kind of going to almost stop growing in a way. If you do it too early, it'll kind of impede the growth a little bit. But I also heard if you don't blanch them, they're going to get bitter on you, and you don't want that. So here in a week or two, I'm probably going to be putting a video out about blanching your celery stalks. Now, the peas. Peas are just starting to put out tendrils. You know what that means? Trellis time. So, as you can see, we got these stakes, one and one there and there. We're going to run a string across and run kind of almost make a string cage, if you will, around them. And they're doing very well as well. As you can see, the radishes, they're coming up really, really well. Be enjoying them after a few more weeks. And this other raised bed right here, I'm pretty excited about. We just got our Tom multiplying onions in. They've been in this bed for probably a week now. Here soon they're going to start taking off. I put my drip tape down, amended the furrow with some organic 855 from Nature Safe in the furrow. So they have plenty of pre-plant fertilizer because onions are heavy feeders. Now, these Tom multiplying onions, I'll put up a picture of them. One of these individuals' bulbs is going to make many more onions. They're going to multiply off that one bulb, and that's your seed stock. So in the fall, I'm in zone 6B, and in the fall, I will be harvesting them and putting them in a cool, dry place so we can save the seed stock for next year. And then I will not have to seed start any parade scallions or anything like that. I will already have this stuff ready, which is awesome because it saves you money. Very sustainable, and I'm hoping they make it here in my zone. Let me know what you think about these Tom multiplying onions. And this is Not a Pro Gardener here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and check out my other raised bed garden videos if you get a chance. I'll keep you updated on these as well. And stay tuned for my trick coming up for these extending your growing season on raised beds for greens. Not a Pro